there, I'm Susan Brewer, and I'm here today, and we're really going to cover something that almost every buyer or seller asks about, and that is, how do we work through day of closing? Okay, so when you're negotiating your contract, you are setting up the day and time of possession of the house. Now that all rotates around when closing takes place and when funding takes place. Two different things. Closing is simple paperwork processing. Funding is when the money moves from buyer to title companies, from lenders to the sellers, and really that is the true closing of a home. So strategically, that all has to be truly planned for. And this can be the most stressful day of buying or selling a home, is the coordination of the move. So let me give you a few tips. First of all, if you're a seller and you have a fully furnished home, this loading, packing, moving should take place several days before the actual date of closing. That means you're loading up your boxes, you're organizing your move, and typically the best scenario would be unloading that house day prior to the paper date of closing. So that means maybe if you're renting a truck, you're renting a big enough truck to get almost everything on it except your beds, so that you have this fun little slumber party the night before closing. If you're hiring professional movers and they're boxing you, maybe that happens 2 or 3 days before closing, and you take a nice leisurely night at the hotel and relax before that big day. For a buyer, in most cases, the buyers are boxed up, everything loaded, and they're ready to move first thing that day. Well, that doesn't always take place because funding takes a few hours. Once paperwork is signed and everything is interchanged from lenders and title companies, it could be 2, 3, 4, 5 hours before the house is actually towards the ownership of that buyer. So let's make sure that we all understand, ask questions, and have the realtor help you set up the best and least stressful time for the movement of your personal items. Paperwork typically for a seller will take about 15 minutes to a half hour to facilitate. For a buyer, judge about an hour to an hour and a half, depending if your lender is going to be there with you at closing. So a few tips. I would prefer a closing to take place on a Tuesday, a Wednesday, or a Thursday. Fridays it gets very busy at the title companies, and sometimes it's hard for the lenders and title company to coordinate that first morning closing and funding to take place. One date that you really want to stay away from is the Friday before a Monday holiday. If for some reason funding doesn't take place, everybody could be distressed or displaced on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So really, let's make sure that we coordinate this to make it the easiest step in the move, to make it the most organized part of your move, so that it can be a great day for everybody to get from house 1 to 2, or to your first new house, or on the road for your relocation. If you have any questions, please contact me direct at my direct number or via email. I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. Thanks.